Hello, Axe fans. As you can see, I'm serious about these brackets. We're already up to Group E. Group E. And you know, in science, one of the things you got to do for an experiment, right, is you have to control for all the variables you're not trying to measure. You try to isolate the variable you're measuring, right? And with axes, you know, all these comparisons, it's like there's no way to isolate hardly any variable in these tests, really. It's just me chopping wood and I'm saying, hey, I like this one best. So, you know, limited scientific value. But in this group, we really control for a lot of things. We have 3 Montreal patterns. Yes, these are great axes. 2 Hults Bruk Montreals, 3.5 pounds. And a Walters Montreal, a really nice one. Probably a Walters Black Diamond back in the day, right? Also 3.5 pounds. These are all in great shape. And so what's different about these is a little bit of handle and the edge geometry. So the Walters is pretty cool, all right? This is all vintage haft. This is an old Tempest. I've never heard of them, but a friend in Canada gave it to me, and apparently at some time, somebody thought this textured yellow coating was a great feature for an axe handle, and there were a lot of them made. It is really interesting. Boy, it's a lot of grip, all right? It's got, you know, kind of a gritty texture to it, right? And I painted it up kind of fancy. It's got a 25-degree flat grind right here. 25-degree flat grind, very sharp, okay? And that's one of the things I'm going to compare with the Dave Canterbury American Felling Axe, which also has a 25-degree flat grind, okay? So these grinds are really similar weight, similar pattern, very similar grinds, okay? Very similar. So that'll be interesting. The difference is, of course, the handle now, all right? But we'll be able to compare a straight handle versus a slightly longer curved handle. Just how does that work? Agdor, though, is a mod, okay? These come with a pretty fat little angle on them. I think 32.5 or 30 or something like this. But I kind of went crazy one night, and I took this down to the danger zone. So what we have now is a 17.5 convex grind, really smooth. And on these thin cheeks, it's only slightly convex at this point. That's the danger zone. That's down there, okay? That should be close to where the edge starts to break down. Like, it can't really handle that, and that's not recommended, okay? So that will be an interesting experiment to see how this thing breaks down, all right, through the test, if it does at all. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my strop. I'm gonna strop the hell out of this thing, right? That's one thing I'm gonna do. It's super sharp, but I'm really gonna strop it up because I want that thing as smooth and crazy sharp as possible so that I can watch its wear. I want to see it roll. Well, actually, I don't want to see it roll. I want to see it just destroy wood. But I want to see, you know, chips, rolls, dings, that kind of thing. What's going to happen with this really aggressive angle? All right, so I'm going to strop for a while.
I once had a friend named Joe, the biggest lumberjack in all of Idaho. He worked like a dog from day to day. He drew 10 cents an hour for his pay. Come Saturday evening, he'd have him a ball, he'd ride him a log over Idaho Falls. But now Joe, he's laid to rest. He forgot the slogan that he learned best. He learned best, he learned best. Don't you cut timber on a windy day. Stay out and would you better listen what I say. Limbs in the top liable go either way. Don't you cut timber on a windy day. Windy day. Don't you cut timber on a windy day. Stay out and would you better listen what I say. Limbs in the top liable go either way. Don't you cut timber on a windy day. Joe had a girl and her name was Ann, had arms like a bull and muscles like a man. And when she heard old Joe was dead, she picked up her axe and away she fled. the mountains where the trees grow tall, it was in her mind to cut 'em all. Folks around here says to this day that Ann's still up there chopping away. Chopping away, chopping away. Don't you cut timber on a windy day. Stay out of the woods, you better listen what I say. Limbs in the top, liable go either way. Don't you cut timber on a windy day. Windy day. Don't you cut timber on a windy day. Stay out of the woods, you better listen what I say. Limbs in the top, liable go either way. Don't you cut timber on a windy day. Windy day. Don't you cut timber on a windy day. Don't you cut timber on a windy day.
Okay, that was very interesting. That was interesting. Let's do an edge check. Why not? Because I got a crazy danger zone axe in here. Let's do the edge check, right? I've descummified them, you know, washed them off a little bit. And you know, if you just rub your thumb, generally you'll feel any kind of damage. You know, you'll feel how your edges kind of go on both sides, and that's really good. That's really good. That's good, yeah. Holds it up great so far. You know, I've been using that kind of all summer. All right, Walters. This is just file sharpened and stropped really well. So, and you can feel kind of sometimes the file ridges. You can feel that. So it'd be hard to tell if it nicked, but I'll say it's very uniform. How's that? Yeah, it's... Oh, that did real well. Bum, bum, bum. Danger zone, okay. Danger zone. Let's see. Let's see if there's how this edge is holding up. Well, wow. Wow. Okay, you know, you'll have to take my word for it, but ooh. Well, it's, you know, I stropped that up like super, and you can feel it coming off. You can, compared to what it was, but that's just, you know, I can't even, it's just a sense. So, yeah, it's wearing down, as you'd expect, but wow. Swedish steel, eh?
Up in the morning at the break of day, with his axe and the file and the lunch packed away. Then he's off to the woods where he'll earn his pay. It's all in the life of the woodsman. He swings his axe with truth and grace. There's strength in his arms and pound on his face. Carry it with him till the day he dies. There's a lesson to be learned from the woodsman. The handle shaped by his hands. Up to the next tree firmly he stands. The chips fly fast, each swing is true. There's music in the movement of the woodman. He swings his axe with truth and grace. There's strength in his arms and pride on his face. He'll carry it with him till the day he dies. There's a lesson to be learned.
Oh, this is the life. Yeah. Build a cabin out here, right? Trap for a living. Yeah. Yeah, well, that ain't gonna happen. I'm not gonna trap for a living. Well, so if you came looking for the best axe under $50, this just isn't the video for you. This is some way out there axe science. I call it science, right? Because it's a legitimate, you know, kind of So what does it matter? What does any of this matter? these angles and the lengths and the things like that, what does it matter? Off camera, I spent a lot more time chopping, actually, preserving battery life with the two Swedish brothers here, right? The Hults Bruks. Because those are almost identical, same steel, same everything. And there's a review on my channel of the American felling axe, and where I use the Agdor with its factory edge, and the American felling axe, you know, wiped the floor with it. It just did. And this is what you'd expect. It's a premium axe, fit and finish, just better everything, and it performed great, right? Okay. But then I modified it, right? I modified it. And now it's this, you know, crazy, you know, guillotine with that edge. And there were just a lot of things I wanted to, like, you know, I gotta compare, you know, just different things I tried. So yeah, off camera, I did it, you know, just some more tasks and stuff. I don't have battery life for it, and it's boring to watch. I kind of suspect it's boring to watch. And I'm trying to make, you know, like chopping segments as short and entertaining as possible. But people probably want to see, like, how is it actually chopped? They want to see for themselves what's going on and stuff like that. So, who's the winner? Who's the bracket advancer here? I'm going to not advance the Walters Montreal, okay? Handles. Boy, handles matter. Okay, handles matter. That's the thing you actually hang on to. That's the user interface of an axe, is the handle. And, you know, people hardly ever talk about how they're different. Boy, are they different. They really change kind of everything about your swing and the chopping performance. It's just how it feels. Is it a good time or is it a bad time? Or is it a hard time? Are you know, having a hard time? And there's some axes in these groups, like, I just could never get on top of them. It wasn't working. And so, you know, I eliminated those. Not necessarily the case with this Walters, but, you know, if you look at this handle, this is pretty much a hardware store handle design. I mean, just look at it. It's, you know, if you went and got a link handle or something at the hardware store, it would be that. And so I think there's one axe in so far that was a longer 34 to 36 inch handle that I really liked, but it was a hand carved handle and just felt a lot different than this. So for me, just me purely subjectively, I'm not really digging longer handles. They're not, you know, I need to practice with each one more probably to get good. And so it's just not doing it. So what's it gonna be? Agdor, 3.5 pound Montreal felling axe, or the Dave Canterbury American felling axe? Which one is overall the better axe? All right, American felling axe, okay? Premium Hults Bruk axe, not cheap. Kind of expect to be the best of everything. Its most distinctive feature probably is the straight handle. And so when comparing these two, Agdor versus this one, that handle was really important. It's like a big deal. Talk about the edge here in a second. All right, 25-degree flat grinds are great. The Walters had it. For some reason, I think this one did a better overall job. It is an overall job than the Walters. Like, you know, there's just small differences, probably completely subjective, but it just felt like, you know, it would stick a lot. So the Walters, and then the Agdor would stick at different, you know, it's like the sticking is sometimes this, sometimes not. Really hard to pick one overall in that regard. Penetration, fantastic. What it comes down to, are straight handles more accurate? Are they really more accurate than the curved handles? Okay, more on that. Agdor is an outstanding axe. It's just an outstanding axe. Check it out. You can get them in Canada. Incredible value. Incredible value. This is great. Totally different fit and finish. This traditional blue stuff up here, you know, people don't like it, but this is a great handle. I think it's the Arvika handle. And with the modification, I think you can see in the video, it was amazing. It was a great, penetrating, wood-killing axe. I felt it was. I don't think that's just confirmation bias, but you know, I felt it was, right? And this, you know, at this angle, 17.5, there's hardly any contact. It's almost like really straight all the way down, kind of a wedge on the whole thing. So it would penetrate deep, stick, but come out easy, you know, one of those things, right? But I really did feel, and this was interesting, I felt like I was getting the most out of it when I was freshest. When I was fresh and just hitting it right? Or just starting out on a cut or something, it seemed like I got the most mileage out of this great angle that incidentally held up superbly. I'm really pleased about that. It opens up new vistas for tuning my axis, but it's really just doing great, doing great. So it's the handle, right? Straight versus curved. Is a palm swell a kind of crutch? Or is it an ergonomic advance? Because that's the thing, right? The palm swell it feels really natural on the hands, and that's good for a lot of things, user experience, fatigue, all that kind of stuff, right? But is it kind of a crutch as you get tired, as you get more tired? I found, I'm just like sometimes almost, I'm tired and I'm throwing the cut. I'm throwing each chop, right? And I'm just hanging on by 2 fingers on my trail hand here, right? Because the knob is there. I like that, but I don't know if that's good chopping technique, I wonder if it's letting me be lazy because I'm a terrible chopper. I'm not a pro. I'm out of shape and stuff. But it felt like something was going on, and the more I used it, I was like we kept going. The more I used it, it was like, I feel as I got tired, I wasn't getting as much out of this, okay? And it wasn't as accurate. And also, any kind of choking up task, choking up on this big neck here, it didn't feel right on anything, chop, 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 which you wouldn't do with a big pellet. But it was one of the things I tested. So the theory behind a straight-handled axe is that it's more accurate and less apt to fail. That's the theory here. It's not just, a gimmick. It looks great, but that's the idea, okay? And over time, the longer I chopped and the more tired I got, and the more I did different things, I kept working, I think that's true. I felt as if that was getting more true, like it was. Felling, bucking, any task, it was like I could go more I could be accurate and do a really strong, series of swings on a log longer with it. And it kind of, because it forces your hands out a little, your wrists into more of a lock. It just, I don't know. More accurate for this, octopus swinging middle-aged white guy. Yeah, it was. And so overall, American Felling Axe moves on. It does. Overall, it moves on. And you can see, because, and I'm like, that Agdor was cool. That was really cool. It had a lot going for it. And, that's a lot more aggressive edge than this. And so, but the more I used it, this kept coming. I like this more. I like it. I want to use this. I want to try this more. I want to try it more. And choking up. I think there is actually some video in there. I choked up a little bit on a back cut and stuff like that, and a lot better. Okay, a small thing, but it pushes it over the line. Moving on. All right, crazy axe science. I know it's crazy, right? Tune in next time. See more crazy axes.